People really, really hype the out of closure. I mean, like they give so much power to closure. And the reason I take issue with it is because they put closure in the hands of the other person. And that almost becomes the excuse or the crutch as to why it doesn't happen. If I stab you, bruh, you really feel like they're gonna take the time to stitch you up? Just on some cool closure. I just we got the wound, the wound. Seek help. Help yourself. Put pressure on them. You know that's what they be telling you, like all the movies, all the real like situations when you get wounded, put pressure on the wound. You ain't even trying to stop yourself from bleeding because you think closure is supposed to come from the other person. The person that transgressed you, the person that did you wrong. And I'm not saying people don't change, but I'm saying that like that's mighty I ain't gonna insult you now. You giving a whole lot of grace that perhaps folks didn't earn by expecting the person that did you wrong to in that moment or moments after to have all of a sudden matured enough to close up the wounds that they gave you. Talk about this closure shit, man. People feel like closure, forgiveness, because people try to conflate the two. People make forgiveness and closure the same thing, or they put them so closely together that you cannot have closure without forgiveness. People feel like forgiveness is required for peace. Do you know how many people never said sorry to me, or how many people I ain't never said sorry to, and I still be sleeping at night? And I'm not saying it's like on some like it's okay to not apologize. That's not what I'm saying. But like, do you know how often I've had to move on? Let me check me out. Just recently, bro. I don't. You know who you are. If you see this, I'm not sorry. I'm saying this. You gonna have to move on without an apology too, nigga. Get out of here. So I had a crush on a particular celebrity shorty for a long mother time since before I was famous. You know what I'm saying? And I was a fan of her music. I'm still a fan of her music. I ain't gonna be a complete hater, you feel me? I'm a fan of her music, but I was just a fan of everything about her. You know what I'm saying? Hood joint, the cocoa butter brown skin, used to add her on social media all the time. And granted, I wasn't famous at the time. I know she motherfucking saw me. You know what I'm saying? She saw me, nigga. And I'm talking about all of this beautiful life shit that we gonna have and what we finna have going on. And goddamn it, I'm kikiing in the DMs with her. Okay, with me, she never really responded to me in the DMs, but I'm having a good time in there. I'm responding to her stories because she funny and and then then all of a sudden this that she start posting on social media is all like older stuff, and she kind of vanished a little bit. And if anybody know anything about the trend with like shorties and social media, as soon as she stop updating her day to day and everything is a throwback and she don't really be posting no new shit no more, she either going through a breakup or she pregnant, bruh. Lo and behold, she done popped up pregnant on me. Like, look, not only Did you know what I'm saying, leave me in the DMs talking to myself? You gonna pop up with a baby? Do you know she never apologized? Do you know she broke my digital heart and I had to move on without so much as a motherfucker, bruh? And I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't move on without that motherfucking apology. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if she see this, she know who the fuck I'm talking to when she see it, or maybe she don't because she still ain't follow me back. But regardless, if you see it, fuck you. I ain't apologizing. I don't care. I put our little business out there. It's technically my business because like she never really like knew me or anything. But point is, all the time we be having to figure out how to move on when people don't even know that they hurt us. Sometimes we get hurt and people didn't do it intentionally. And then we put the power in another person's hands to close wounds that they're unaware that they made. Here we are bleeding out. You got folks that done triggered some trauma that we ain't necessarily worked through. And now we hurting from a completely different place that this person didn't even know existed. They didn't even say anything that deep to us, but it hit just the way it needed to hit. And they had no idea. And now you waiting on an apology for some shit they didn't think was wrong. And you wounded. Something they didn't know nothing about while you're still wounded. So what that got to do with you finding peace? That apology. What that got to do with you finding peace? Right? So we got that on the table. We also got this idea that forgiveness mean we back cool. I think that's what people be wanting the closure to either be like we either back cool or we ended up parting ways amicably. Like we gonna come together after the bullshit to part ways on good terms. Did you know that sometimes fuck you is a happy ending? Did you know that there's sometimes between you and another person that's the happiest ending you can have? I wish I had, I know y'all with me for the words and stuff like that. I wish I had more eloquent words than that. But I don't. And so I'm okay with saying it. Sometimes fuck you is a happy ending. I don't need you to come back around here and explain where your mental was or where your heart was at when you did the bullshit that you did. No, it's cool. I moved on. Fuck you. We got that on the table. And then we also have on the table that not forgiving somebody make you bitter. And I'm going to go far and say bitter because a lot of people that ask these questions put so much gravity on them being able to forgive somebody that did them wrong. Because that's the type of, you know what I'm saying? That when I say, I didn't mean earlier to say that like, you don't apologize to people. I meant to say you don't forgive. You don't owe that to everybody. Especially the forgiveness we be talking about on social media. Right? I'ma say that like the forgiveness that we talk about on in spiritual doctrine, like the forgiveness we talk about in Christianity, the forgiveness spoken on in Islam, that type of forgiveness, that's forgiveness in operation. Operational forgiveness is not the forgiveness we talking about when we talking about being cool with a person or finding a way to be cool with somebody who did you wrong. It's not the same thing. Operational forgiveness is an understanding of your own humanity and its limits and imperfections, and understanding that same humanity in other people, understanding that people are going to fuck up, that because people are going to fuck up, they're going to hurt you, whether it's on purpose or whether it's an accident. You move according to that understanding. That is forgiveness in operation. Hey, bruh, I get it. I ain't finna ever come back around there again. I ain't saying sweet. I should swing on you, but God's still working on me.